Hey guys, it's me, Lee, coming to you with another video in the 30 videos in 30 days for the Come Up Entrepreneur. I am so excited as we draw closer to the end of this video series, but at the same time, I think I am going to miss the routine of getting these videos done and published and edited and all that great stuff. I think that I appreciate consistent YouTubers on a completely different level now, because if you don't publish videos, you do not really understand the stress of publishing videos. And for me, I'm doing the bare basics. I don't even do a lot of cuts and stuff like that. So even with that, processing, rendering, then processing and rendering once again, and then all the tags and all that, I applaud anybody who makes videos on YouTube on a consistent basis, because it is not an easy process and you deserve all of the financial benefits of creating the content that you do. I'm gonna just say that. If don't nobody else tell you, I appreciate you, okay? Okay. So guys, thank you so much for joining me once again for another video. As you know, if you've been tuned in, or as you don't know, if you have not been tuned in, these videos are meant to kind of facilitate an introduction between you and myself, the instructor of a course called Write Plan Quick Launch, a beginner's guide to expert copywriting, and it is presented by MicrowaveMoney.com. And it's an awesome course. I'm teaching it. It's definitely geared towards a beginner. But if you are if you're intermediate, even if you're expert and you're just curious about what I offer in my course that you don't offer in your course, or you haven't studied before, it's a pretty awesome course. I think it's a very well put together course. And I'm not just saying that because it's mine. I'm saying that because I know how people learn. And I'm not a teacher, but I do know how people learn. I come from a lineage of educators, but whatever, that's neither here nor there. If you're interested in the course and finding out more about the course, the information is down in the description box for your consumption. That's what's up, right? Also, my book, Everything You Need to Know to Start Your Business Today, is available at a generous permanent discount in the description box below. If you go anywhere else, it is not at a discount, so I will take advantage of that link if I were interested. And here we go. Today's video is about the process of organizing your thoughts, organizing your life, organizing yourself in order to be less overwhelmed in the pursuit of starting a business. One thing that people really don't take into consideration when they are starting a business is the process of being organized. Now, there is not one particular way to organize information. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you do, how you organize is going to be very specific to you. What works for you is not going to work for me. And I know that because only what I do works for me. That's just how life goes. What I do works for me, and it may not work for you. I, in the course, teach a way to organize your thoughts for better productivity in writing content. And that might not work for you. But sometimes having an outline of how someone else does it allows you to figure out how to do it for yourself in a way that's comfortable for you. So when I talk about organization, I'm going to talk a little bit about, I'll talk about this aspect of me trying to add a different component to my business, and that is creating videos. As I just said, I applaud. I like daily vloggers. I like tech vlogs. I like a lot of different types of content that is available on YouTube. And when it comes to creating these videos, it's very involved, especially if you want to add a song over your video. Now, if you're just uploading from your phone and you don't really care about the presentation, then it might only be a couple minutes for you to render and process your video. But even with these videos, because I don't edit them, I definitely shoot. Sometimes I record more than once, but I record once through. I don't go in and cut. I don't go in and add anything. The only thing that I add is the music, and in a few of the videos I've started adding the thumbnail to the beginning of the video in the video versus just the thumbnail, right? I think that's cool. You might not. I also do know how to edit more, but the more you edit, the more cumbersome it is to go through the process of rendering and processing. Because here's the thing, we about to get to the organizing part, but when you are doing YouTube videos, right, you render and process in your editing program first, right? And depending on the composition of your program, because I'm familiar with about 3 different programs. The program that comes stock with a new Windows machine, Premiere Pro, and Camtasia. I'm very familiar. There's another one that I've worked with before, but I can't think. Is it Sony Vegas? Not sure. I've had that on a previous, I'm not sure what the name of the program, I'm not sure if it's Sony Vegas, but I've had that on a previous machine, and I no longer have that machine, so I don't have that program anymore. But I am familiar with the process of doing editing on that particular program. So you have to learn an editing program. If you don't already know an editing program, you have to add the elements to the program, arrange the elements in the program, and then the program compresses the video to what you see on YouTube. Now when it comes to compressing the video, you have to make sure that the settings that you're editing on match the footage that you add. So and don't get me to lying about these aspects, because I really don't pay attention to it, and that's why I have to do one shot and out, because I do have a DSLR, and editing footage from a DSLR is very, very complicated. I don't know if you've ever seen those videos where it's like it's moving in slow motion, and sometimes the voice track is off from the video track, but they're kind of moving at the same time. That's because the footage is not being edited in the aspect ratio that it's actually shot in. So you have to take that into consideration when you're editing your footage. Now once you actually edit the footage, whether you got like 10 or 100 clips, whether you have like 10 or 15 audio clips, whether you have like overlays that you want to add to it, PIPs, pictures in pictures, whatever, all these different elements go into creating this content, right? But if you don't have a system of organization to do that, oh wait, I didn't finish that particular point. So once you render in the program, which might take 30 minutes or an hour depending on how much memory and RAM and all that other good stuff you have on your computer, it may take 30 minutes or an hour in your program. And then when you get to YouTube, depending on what time you upload and your internet speed, it may take you another 30 minutes to an hour to actually get the video to the people. Now, a lot of YouTubers neglect the comment section of their video, not the comment, the description box of their videos, and they really shouldn't, because YouTube is another arm of Google. So the more words, the more on-topic words, the more keywords that you use in your description box, the easier people will be able to find you. One thing that I see that a lot of family vloggers don't do is they don't use family vlogger in their description box. They talk about themselves. Now listen, the people who already know you are going to find you because they know your names, they know what you do on the daily, they know where you live. That's cool. They're searching for you because they already know you. But the people who don't know you and don't know what you do, don't know to search for your name, your family, and all that good stuff on Google or in the YouTube search box, right? you need to have a keyword that you incorporate into every single video description box, because that's how new people will find you. That's another video for another day, because I do talk about that in depth. Well, I'm not going to go into too much depth with that in the video that I am going to present on copywriting for YouTube, because it is very effective. You can definitely get found better by utilizing the description box better. But whatever. So I say all that to say that it is a process. It's a tedious process, and I understand why people don't commit to creating videos frequently. And also, the quality of your videos will suffer if you're trying to do them frequently and you're trying to do so much in them, like all the inlays, the overlays, the sound effects, the audio, the music, the everything. It can be very, very overwhelming and tedious, because not only do you have to shoot the video, you have to get the clips to upload into your editor, you have to edit the clips, you have to put them together, you have to render them, you have to process and render them, then you have to go through another process of rendering them. So it may take 5 to 8 hours just editing, not shooting. That's a lot. That's a full-time job. Or at least a part-time job. So that's just something to think about as far as this process is concerned. But one of the things that helped myself is the fact that I know how I operate. I know what I need in order to stay committed to something. So before I even embarked upon this journey, I created an outline for the different videos, the 30 videos. And I just wrote a little bit for each one, and then I went back and I filled in as much information as I could, so that I could, number one, have something to talk about, have something to jog my memory in the process of having these conversations on camera, and also to put in my description box, so that if someone is searching on Google for a particular topic that I'm talking about, I am findable based on the words in the description box. Something that people don't understand is that people don't find videos based on the content in the videos. They find videos based on the description of the video, the title of the video, and any other words that you use, because search engines catalog words. They don't catalog the sound or the actual motion in the video. With your songs, if you are a musician and you are cataloging your music, you want to add tags to your music. You want to put R&B if it's R&B, you want to put jazz if it's jazz, you want to put country if it's country, especially if nobody knows who the heck you are. And just a word of advice. If you are a musician, your goal might be to get a record deal, but before you get a record deal, you do want to create an environment where you can be discovered, and you also want exposure. So create good content, publish good content, and I'm talking about music at this point. Publish good content, tag your content accurately, and then let people know that your content is there, right? So if you are a country musician, right? Nashville is a super awesome show. It's like one of my favorite shows. And I don't talk about TV a lot in these videos, but I am a TV buff. My actual desire for my life is to one day write for TV. It's like something that is going to happen. I'm 1000% certain that it will happen for me. And that's something that I work on in addition to copywriting for myself and for other people. With that being said, Nashville is a really awesome show, and they have a lot of new artists, right? And a lot of the songs that they do have on that show are original. Now I'm not lying and saying that you can get your song placed on Nashville, but Nashville is one of those situations where people can think outside the box. Let me see if I can pitch a original country song to the producers of Nashville, if you have any connections, back to the video that I talked about networking, if you know anybody in wherever Nashville is being shot. I don't know if it's actually on location. I do know that some of Nashville was shot in Atlanta, I think the first season. But don't get me to lie about that. But I'm almost certain that some of the first season was actually shot in Atlanta. And I'm not sure if they've continued with their Atlanta shooting or not. But, you know, whatever. So, as a musician who is interested in developing a career in music, you should be thinking about these different opportunities. You can create songs for YouTubers and let them know that you have this new song that you would like for them to use on their channel and give you credit in the description box. That's a way to get exposure. You might not make $1 million off of that, but every time that they mention you in their description box, you are being cataloged in Google's search records. Your name, the name of your song, the type of song it is, all that good stuff. It's all there for people to find you. So with that, as I often say, you know, organization is super important. Like I did, I wrote down 30 topics or 30 headlines, and from there I created one long document, but each headline had its own page. I separated each headline from the other. They're not all running into each other. I created a headline. I created just some general information that I want to go in every video, and then I created the content of the topic of discussion, or I created content around the topic of discussion in the video. So that has allowed me to easily create these videos and publish them without waking up every morning and saying, oh my God, I have to do another video. You know, I don't lament the process because I've created a system to make it easier for me. Now that might not be what works for you. Another thing about organizing when creating YouTube videos is you have to organize your files, organize your clips, make sure that they make sense and that you know that you can find them. That might mean labeling folders or creating, labeling folders, but creating folders with a month. So it is now March. You can create one particular folder and it could be videos March 2015. Within that folder, you can create another folder that is video for March 1st, 2015. And within that folder, forgive me for saying video repeatedly, within that folder, you can put all the clips that you used on the video from March 1st, 2015 in that particular folder. That would be that, right? That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to create a title for your video. I would definitely recommend organizing based on dates, like months specifically, and then days if you want to be more meticulous. And if you do multiple videos on one particular day, separating it that way. Just making sure that you label things so that you can find them, because guess what? Something might happen to your file on YouTube, or you might want to load that video or a piece of the video or clips from the video in another video at a later date. But if you have not organized your information, you're going to have a really, really difficult time finding that clip when you need to, or finding that picture when you need to. So when you organize your content, when you organize your work in your life, it makes it so much easier to be productive as a business owner and as just a regular human being. And I'm talking with my hands right now. I don't know what's going on, but you know, you get it. Organization. That has been my saving grace in starting a business. I don't think that I would be able to be as successful as I am. And I'm not saying that I'm on millionaire baller status, but I'm doing okay for myself on my own without having to depend on someone telling me what time to clock in, when to come, what I can wear, what I can't wear, you know, all that other good stuff. I do have bosses, but fortunately they allow me to work from the comfort of my own home or from wherever the hell I am whenever I'm there. And I like that. That's the kind of lifestyle that I want, and that's the kind of lifestyle, and that is the kind of lifestyle I live. My work facilitates that for me. So, organization. If you are organized, you will be less overwhelmed. And when I say less overwhelmed, I definitely mean less. I don't mean you won't be overwhelmed at all, because like I said, this whole YouTube video thing is bananas. And at this point, I have really rambled on, and I'm not sure that I've added that much value to your life with the content in this video. But if I have, definitely leave me a comment. Let me know what you liked about this video. Let me know what you didn't like about the video. Let me know where I can improve. I already know that I use a lot of audible pauses. I know that I talk with my hands. I know that I am articulate, but I'm not very smooth in my delivery. If those are your complaints, then okay, I already know those things. But just as far as like content wise and how I flow from one thought to the next, if there are any tips you can give me to do that better, I am definitely receptive to that. Also, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Feel free to share the video with people who might be able to benefit from it. And thank you. Again, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to extend the invitation one more time to you to explore the description box below and find out more about my course, Right Plan Quick Launch, and my book, Everything You Need to Know to Start Your Business Today. See, I am very tongue-tied. I don't know. Maybe I need some water, but I refuse to sip on camera. That's just not something I'm comfortable with. But yeah, thank you so much for your time. Go ahead and check out the links in the description box below. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.